This is probably the most exciting show of all times, because here for America's Got Talent, the champions, you will get all the champions from the Got Talents from around the world. The best one in South Africa, the best one in England, the best one in Russia. It can be a winner or a runner-up, or someone who was so special that we all loved and just have to have again on that stage. One of my absolute favorites will be back. He is the Regurgitator. For me, he should have won, but I don't know, maybe people weren't ready for him then. Hopefully they're going to be ready for him now, because to me, there's no one in the world that can do what he does. He basically swallows a whole bunch of things, he regurgitates them back up. Who does that? Only the Regurgitator. I can't wait to have him on that stage again and see him right in front of our eyes, swallow things and regurgitate them back up. I'm in love with him. Each judge will get a golden buzzer, and that is assigned to us. So Terry will tell us on any particular day, okay, today, Mel B, you get to hit the golden buzzer. On another day, they may say, Heidi, today is your turn to hit the golden buzzer. We never really know who it is that day before Terry tells us, and we also don't know who will be performing for us that day. We see 10 acts, and out of the 10 acts, one will get a golden buzzer by a judge. I love pushing the golden buzzer. I mean, here you have 10 of the champions from around the world, so they're all good. There's no one in there that is mediocre, right? And only 2 of those 10 amazing acts that we're seeing will go forward. And at the end of the day, after the 50 states have voted, you know, there's only one additional act to the golden buzzer that will move forward. So I know how important it is, and I know I don't take that lightly. So when I see all the people perform, I think about, okay, who is already in the finale? Who do we want? And who is really that amazing that I want to make sure they're not missed at the finale? I'm so excited to see Sal again. Sal was actually my golden buzzer a few years ago. I just love him. He's so adorable. I love his voice. He's been really successful since he's been on America's Got Talent a few years ago. He's traveling the world. I follow him on Instagram. He is literally doing show after show after show after show. I'm so proud of him, and I can't wait to see him again. I'm so excited also to meet finally Susan Boyle, because for me, you know, I've watched America's Got Talent before I was a judge on America's Got Talent, and I've always been a fan of the show, because for me that was the one show I can watch with my kids and they don't get bored. And I remember seeing Susan Boyle, you know, on YouTube channel, and I just couldn't believe how amazing she was and the whole story around her. So to me, she was always like the epitome of what America's Got Talent is. A regular person who wants to go into the entertainment industry, who doesn't, you know, do this already for a living. You know, here you have this, you know, incredible woman who's going onto the stage, and she has this most amazing voice, and, you know, off she goes, and she has this, you know, this success story from being on America's Got Talent. I feel like that is what the show is all about. Susan Boyle is a contestant, which is also something that I love, that people who have either won or were runner-up. For example, Susan Boyle was a runner-up, but then there are winners there too. I know that the gentleman, I believe his name is Paul, who won Britain's Got Talent many years ago, he is here again. I know Shin Lim, who just won America's Got Talent, is back again. And I love that people are ready to go back into the fight again, even though they've already won, or, you know, they've been very successful after that, because it could be that this time around, by the 50 states, that you are rejected and you might not win this time. So that to me shows who a real champion is. You know, they go back into the fight because they want to have that title, being the best in the world. I think you can never forget about their stories. You know, for example, Ketchi is one of the people that are also participating in the champions, and, you know, I will never forget her. You know, she's definitely one of the people who will always be in my heart. You know, her story of being one out of, you know, 2 people from an entire plane ride that crashed. She was, you know, one out of 2 people that survived, and she had suffered so many burns on her skin, and just watching her on AGT and seeing her evolution and change and being more comfortable and confident, and what it has done to her life, and seeing her back on the stage again, it definitely brings those emotions back again from hearing her story before. So you can never fully forget about their stories, especially when they've been very tragic stories. But there's also some lovely stories there too, of people who, just are happy to be there. So at the end of the day, they have to be talented, otherwise they wouldn't be here. So that is number one priority. But yes, you can never forget, all of the stories that you've heard from them.